Lock diesel,
45
dude.
and counting. Now we go. Episode 19.
Boa caralho. Remember I started Finishers podcast like that? But this is not the Finishers podcast. This is the Now We Go podcast. Big Uncle Zach Maslany, J.M. Holland.
Yo.
Mike Fauerbach.
Howdy.
We're back. We were off last week because we...
I went to the beach and took edibles.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I couldn't remember what it was, honestly.
It was just a quick trip, random, down to Belmar, New Jersey.
Nice.
Belmar's nice. I like Belmar.
I used to date a chick from Belmar.
Oh.
Belmar?
Worked out well.
Where is Belmar exactly? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Once I get to New Jersey, I just hate it.
Yep.
There's just like jug handles. The road system's so stupid. I forget why I hate New Jersey until every time I drive in New Jersey. It's a terrible, terrible place. Beach was nice.
Yeah, the beach is usually probably not as crowded, right?
No, it was insane. It was sold out.
Oh, really? Damn,
Yeah.
sold out?
Yeah,
Sold out.
I was up the lake. Fuck all that. Fuck all that.
I saw that. Wallenpaupack. That's a
Yeah,
good
dude.
fucking time. I used to go tubing up there as a kid.
Everybody loves Lake Wallen Ball Bag, you know?
Hey. Yeah,
It's a good spot.
it is a good spot.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of cool spots in Pennsylvania, like Poconos and all that shit. Lake Wallenpaupack, Beltsville. That's kind of actually...
Beltsville, people shit. People shit in the water in Beltsville. Not that it doesn't happen down at the shore,
yeah.
but
It keeps
it'll
getting-
float. It'll float to you.
It's always a coli situation down there.
yeah.
So
Nice film over the water.
What else?
I've been really enjoying edibles.
Yeah, edibles are pretty sweet. What
Yeah.
kinds did you have?
My buddy, I did a bunch of T-shirt stuff for him, so he gave me a pack of them.
Oh, nice.
But I see where you're saying there's levels to it, because the more I've been doing, I'm starting to build a tolerance for them.
Yeah. Yeah, like people would always give me crap, or they'll be like, dude, be careful. Now, I've seen, not going to name names, right? But I've seen a guy's my age. I went to high school with him, but he in the, where was that? It was in Las Vegas, but I'm trying to think, Caesar's Palace. And for some reason, we were there for another buddy of mine's bachelor party, and they wanted to go to Caesar's. They wanted to eat lunch at Caesar's Palace buffet. Caesar's Palace buffet is like $119 for the fucking lunch buffet. So I'm like, all right, whatever, we got it. Let's do it, I guess. So everyone's taking edibles because Vegas, edibles are legal. And that's what they said about ADCC 2021 too. They're like, we're finding a big spot. We're gonna make sure it's down the street from the biggest dispensary in Las Vegas. I think they're like, we're gonna make sure we have the dispensary ready for the 10 Planet guys. And then, anyways, he ate 10 milligrams and passed out. So weed edibles are really not for everyone. But because some people just,
Yeah, they're for you if you're not a little bitch. You know
Exactly.
If you're not a fucking
Can't handle
pussy.
it.
Oh,
Yeah, 10
Pussy.
milligrams.
Grown-ass man
People are like,
passing
just goes down, and like, we're just like, wait, what? Like maybe he had like I'm like, could he have an allergic reaction? We've had multiple guys that we know, or that we've seen, take like a couple hits of a joint and just pass out or whatever. Maybe they're just not ready for it. I guess they're not ready. They weren't ready.
white belts.
Yeah, they're white belts.
I was enjoying it.
Yeah, edibles are the man.
I sat there
Mike,
for like 2 days.
you're cool people.
Started just taking them as soon as I woke up. Then I upped the milligrams a little bit, but I like the waves that come with it. Like I was sitting on the beach and I was like, I'm fucked up. I'm definitely fucked up.
Well, when you wake up in the morning and you don't even have a coffee and it's an empty stomach, that's a good time to really get the effects of them. That's when you can really feel if they're legit or not, Because once you go throughout the whole day and you're eating food and, if you smoke weed, then you're like, oh, man, are you getting the full effects? But we always would. Imagine we would get into the airport at like, we've told a bunch of edible airport stories, but we get to the airport at like 5 a.m. and just crank out a brownie right before. And you got me eating nothing else.
Yeah,
So by the time you're
to get on the shuttle, you just boom, knock it out right then. By the time you leave, by the time you're out of security, it's starting.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
And all of a sudden, like you're on the plane, I just go,
I immediately pass out.
yeah, but you really pass out. That's the whole point of taking them, is not to just get, freak yourself out, which does happen a lot, but is to, pass out so that way you sleep through the whole thing and you wake up kind of relaxed.
Yeah,
You know?
I definitely the next day I always feel like super relaxed, like it was but the more I've been taking them, like I went to a party over at a friend's house and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna take a half an edible, and I'm enjoying like the timeline and the window you have where now it's like, oh, I don't have to hit my pen, and where I'm just like, oh, I can take this and I'm good for the next couple hours.
Yeah, honestly, you know me, I like that better than drinking. Like drinking's cool, but I would rather do that. I just gotta.
Well, I've been noticing
have
that's been slowing my drinking down.
Yeah,
like I
for sure.
love chasing fucking beers and drinking like 35 beers. That's like my favorite thing to do. So when I take an edible or I smoke before I drink, I stop chasing the beer buzz, which works out better for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for yourself too. You don't wake up hungover.
Yeah, the
and
beer
shit
buzz
like that,
is. I mean, it's cool. Drinking a lot of beers is fun.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just, even when I went camping, like, because it was so hot out and we were riding bikes and shit, I probably drank like a 6-pack in the middle of the day. I was like, oh shit, like, I drank a whole 6-pack, I didn't even feel it. And I was like, damn, I just kept drinking beers all day. Because you're just like, oh, I'll have another one. And then you just, you know, you don't
it's
even
hard to do
realize
that with like the IPAs and the weird
Yeah,
shit.
you can't do that. No,
But
I was
like
drinking
a good
Yinglings, dude.
shitty like Keystone Light.
Yeah, I was drinking Yinglings.
Yeah,
And
those
then,
will fuck with you too. You'll get hungover off Yinglings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, alcohol, dude. Marijuana, 4 basic food groups, one of your...
Exactly. Hey, what's new in conspiracy world this week? Nothing much, right? I mean, Biden's calling for a nationwide... I mean, this political, but conspiracy political is the same thing basically now. Nationwide masks. Okay.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
When you walk outside of your house. So.
Yeah, outside the house.
Yeah,
Well, they have to make it seem silly for people to stop doing it.
Yeah,
There are many people who still do it.
But I saw a video of
The
him
lady I work
riding his
with,
bike.
I go to this Top Star by my house all the time, and she was the one lady that was, making sure, she was the manager, so you had to make sure everyone was wearing their mask. Mm-hmm. And she's like 110 pounds. She was wearing that mask all day. She passed out.
Really?
In the middle of her shift. Yeah, the guy that is cool, there's a guy that looks like Action Bronson. He just has a mask on. I don't know what he looks like. But he looks like body type Action Bronson. And I come in with my mask. He's like, yo, what up? Like, he's always like really cool. And doesn't give me shit or anything. He's like, yeah, she passed out. I'm like, oh. That man wearing that mask ain't bad for you. And then you said that you heard about someone wearing a mask of jujitsu like a fucking Fanuc.
Yeah.
And they swallowed it. They like swallowed it.
They were in a guillotine, right? If you know what that is, their head's in a guillotine, so their faces, well, you can't see. And the guy had his arm trapped in, the other one's under his body, and the guy's choked. It happened in UFC a bunch of times where the guy's in a full guillotine, the ref can't see the face or what's going on. The guy looks like he's defending, and then all of a sudden the guy's like, he's out, and then he lets him go, and the guy just goes down like a
fish.
Yeah. So, it happened. Someone was choking a guy in a guillotine. The guy was getting panicked because he couldn't tap, and he went and like sucked the mask into his, not all the way in his throat, but like into his mouth.
Yeah.
And then had a panic attack and was like freaking out and like was trying to rip off, couldn't tap, and the guy's choking his. You know what? So it's, dude, it's
It's awful.
they got people fucked up. You know what I mean?
Who's responsible for that now? If that girl at the gas station fell, cracked her fucking head open, now who gets sued? You know what I mean? Like, that's the shit too.
I don't know, dude.
I think there's just
I don't know.
so many
Everybody.
problems.
It's
So many
your
problems.
fault.
Honestly, they
It's your
should.
fault.
Honestly, what I think, truthfully honest, they should take the owner of that Top Star and throw him in jail. And
Yeah, exactly.
they should shut the place down, and then they should have a public burning
Yeah.
of the spot. Everybody should be able to come in, just stand there, and they should be able to throw sticks on the fire and burn
then,
that place down.
I would even go as far as to say transport him to somewhere where the death penalty is legal.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't pay
Put
for
him
my
down.
car.
Yeah. What, you need money or what?
What do you mean?
No, I didn't.
Parking?
I didn't pay for my parking again.
I got hit last week too because they're fucking Nazis out here.
Cocksuckers,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, we've been so that's pretty much it with conspiracy theory shit. There's not much else going on.
No.
The whole thing was a conspiracy, dude. The whole thing.
Yeah, I
The
mean
whole
they're
thing.
working its way towards election, which is funny. Biden and Kamala Harris or whatever haven't even made a speech or anything yet. Like they haven't said shit. So I just can't wait for the debate so we can see if it even goes down. I know they keep pushing it back, but I really want to see those debates, man. Go back, dude. Wait till late at night. You're bored. Get really, really stoned, and then turn on the Hillary versus
those were good.
Trump debate highlights, dude. They are classic, dude. Where he's like roaming around her and just like talking shit, and he's like, his quick one-liners and stuff. Dude, it was so great. You'd be in jail. Like, they're just going back and forth. They're classic, man. They're classic. I can't wait to see this if it actually goes down. So, I got a lot of people texting me about that too, like telling me either, what they want me to believe, which is cool, but it's not happening.
Fuck wearing a mask now, let alone if fucking Biden tells me to do it.
Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, it's stupid, man. I've been Alex Jones. You know what, man? People give Alex Jones a lot of shit, but I'll check in every now and then with him. And sometimes, like, dude, he's been saying shit that, like, you're like, no way. And then it, like, actually does come to, like, months ago, he was saying they're going to try to make everybody wear a mask all the time. It's exactly what they're doing, I'm
not a fan of it.
No, that's dumb, But I've been going out to restaurants, here and there. It hasn't been a big deal. Most people are just chill on it.
I got a new technique where I put the bandana at the top of my head and then the part right here, and I just wear it like I got a sore tooth. Just fucking look at people like, shut up.
Yeah, it's
Leave
stupid.
me alone.
News at the Finishers MMA, 10 Planet Bethlehem / Allentown conglomerate is had to kick a couple people out and bar a couple people from the school over the past couple weeks. We've been talking about it. So shit got crazy, man. I just want everybody to know too that listen to this that comes to the school. Like we're not just trying to act like tough guys and everything, but like we all, I mean, obviously we're tough guys, but we're kicking people the fuck out because we're not playing that shit. If anything weird comes up on you, like, or, you make any weird, like, out of pocket moves or talk some shit, like we're going to be there, like, to just tell you to get the fuck out. Like, it's not like a thing where you think like, oh, I can just go over there. It's a business. And, this ain't Kohl's or fucking, Sam's Club is even tight on shit. You got to have an ID when you go in Sam's Club. That's where we should have it at our, we're going to start doing that shit. I'm going to start chipping people at the school.
Nice.
Like Bill Gates and shit.
Here's a vaccine. Yeah. Gotta have the vaccine to train here.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, just, I think that's a huge thing for people is to realize, like, we're constantly like it's not the jiu-jitsu part for us now is like, and it's been like not easy, but like it's hard work, but it's figuring out what to do and how to train and stuff. We've always been good at that, but figuring out people is unbelievable, dude. We just got to kick people. We just kick people the fuck out. Like, I don't play any games. I'm just like, yo, you're out. Boom. Peace. Go train somewhere else. So the last guy we booted out, holy shit, that was a crazy situation. But we already had bad vibes on him,
Yeah, I didn't like the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Didn't like him from the beginning.
You could tell. You could just tell. And then guys, they don't want to.
Then we just got to Google you. And then comes up.
And I think guys can tell with us. They don't want to, they don't want to really, some people have been doing this late, but, those guys don't want to test us. They're just like, these guys seem kind of crazy. Like, my lies aren't going to get over here. I'm out. The people will do that too, because he came and then he quit for a while, and then was telling other people that me and JM couldn't tap him, and then
all these people they try to come to. They tell people that we can't beat them up or something. It's like, all right.
And they tell people from the school.
No one believes you.
They told other people that know us, and then got back to me obviously, and then he also said that he didn't sign up because Andrew raised the price on him. And Andrew,
because we didn't like him in the first place.
Andrew did, right? And I forgot. I was like, what? Andrew would never do that. But then I remember we were laughing about it, that we were like, this guy's going to be a fucking headache problem already.
Yeah.
Just tell him double. You know what I mean? Be like, you want to train here and you don't want to, whatever. It's
$500
$7,000 a month, dude. You can't afford it, dude. Sorry. So, and we are, like, guys who are listening to this that are thinking about training, but on the fence or whatever, training with us, we're going to cap the number of students off that we have. We're going to stop it at a certain number and just be like, hey, that's it. And then there's a wait list and the price is going up. I love all the people that we already have training at the school that we haven't recently kicked out are awesome. Allentown School got so many awesome guys, dude. They support us in so many ways. Dudes are fucking training hard, taking care of the school when we're away. Like, we have such an awesome squad. We got so many beasts, dude. You know what I mean? Douchebag bloggers are even writing shit about us. that our school, not just us, like everybody, our whole conglomerate, Miami, like we have, Long Island, the whole squads, so I'm not going to just keep bringing in, and JM agrees, like he thought of this a long time ago, but we're not going to keep bringing in people, that are going to ruin or fucking mess with our shit, like especially even kids class. Like I don't have time for a parent who's not going to be involved or not give a shit about their kid. Fuck it. We'll just stop it. So that goes out to all you guys out there that are thinking about training at our school. You better come through and do it now because, and this is not trying to sound like an asshole that I'm saying prices are going up, but we got a lot of people, and I'm not trying to cut our income off, but I think we'll just open up another school or something like that. But I'd rather have less is more in this situation, if you feel me. You see what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people can't do that, and they got to we're in a really great position, but we worked hard to get here. So now we got to if it gets too big at our school and there's too many, weirdos around or douchebags or whatever, I'm teaching kids. We got Grace in there. I don't have time for shit like that. I want to get the people really good. Like I was just talking to JM before it started. PA fucking blows. We went over this a million times on a podcast, how bad the commissioner in Pennsylvania sucks and how they're probably not going to let shit happen here ever again. So we're probably just going to take our guys down to Florida. I mean, what do you think about that? Just take a couple guys down to fight in Florida?
Whatever, dude.
I mean, might as well. They ain't going to let fights up here, and I'm sick of waiting. Some of these guys are ready to rock.
It's annoying, dude.
It's
annoying.
Florida's not a far trip, and it's cheap. It's a cheap flight.
I'll see what I can do.
I'll
see what I can do.
We'll come down, do a couple fights in Florida, and then maybe do the combat jiu-jitsu down there. I really want to, but yeah. So finishersmma.com.
I'll see what I can do.
I
don't know. I fathered everyone's whole shit on that, so I'll see. You gotta come at me with good papers, Zach Mesley.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm just fucking around.
As for for you fighting?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no, we got a bunch of amateur guys.
It's like
you know. You could go pro if you wanted to fight and go pro down there. You can.
No, but I don't want to go down to Florida and go pro. I want to go pro where I'm from.
I know that's gonna be difficult, dude. This guy's got it out for us, man. I think.
Well, fuck that fucking guy, dude. I'll just do it. What the fuck is his problem?
Talk to Willer. I mean, who else is even having fights? Did CFFC just had fights, right? Where was that?
I don't even want to, dude. I don't even give a shit. Yeah, they're awesome too. CFFC looks good.
But where did they have fights at, though?
New Jersey.
Think they did. Jersey? How are they even doing it? There's no crowd or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where the problem with that is that's where the fighters really make a good amount of money.
I'm a hard guy to find a fight for that I want to fight. I'm not going to fight. I don't know. O'Malley got his fucking ass kicked this weekend, huh? Wasn't that fun?
I didn't even watch it,
got
but
fucking
he did, right?
Blasted, dude. Got
Cheeto is
put on
beast.
his dude. People have no idea how to fight off their back, like zero. You know what I mean? Like the dude's playing. O'Malley's playing Spider Guard and shit. He's playing like gi shit in MMA, and like Cheeto just fucking ended his life with an elbow.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. I saw he was hurt. He was hurt. Grabbing his foot or something.
He was hurt, but Cheeto kicked him and hurt him.
Well, yeah. I at first I thought it was an injury, and then somebody sent me a video. And it said something, and I don't know enough to speak on it. I'm just repeating what the guy said. But if you kick someone in the calf like that, you can do some sort of a nerve damage that's called a foot drop. And they showed Chandler.
Yeah, you could totally fuck up the calf. The calf kick is really
so he lost.
Big,
he lost.
If I get a combat jiu-jitsu match, I want it with the toughest possible fucking guy. Like it could be number 3 in the UFC. It could be the best guy in the fucking world in combat jiu-jitsu, and it'll be competitive. If not, I'll win. Right? In MMA, I'm going to need help. I'm going to probably need like if in MMA, I don't know who they'd make me fight. They'd make me fight a guy with 10, 15 fights probably. You know? But I'd still do fine.
In Florida?
If you give me a guy with 0 fights, in MMA, I feel like I'll do really well. You know what I mean? But I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll give me some guy, because I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu. The commissioner up here wants me to go fucking amateur, which is a joke. I'm not fighting amateur again.
Yeah.
I did that 10 years ago.
You have to wear the equipment.
It's for fucking
the birds.
For nooks, dude.
Like if you went amateur, there's like a good possibility of you really hurting someone.
Dude, no, it's not. I mean, it'll make me look like shit.
Yeah, the rules.
Are fucking. I can get taken down and still lose, and
you can't punch in the face.
It's
on the
for
ground.
fucking dude. It's gay.
I just thought it was just regular fighting, but with lesser.
It's gay and retarded.
Opponents.
No, I don't want to.
When I did the last 2 fights I did, the one guy I fought was 10-0.
Yeah. And he's on steroids.
Yeah. And then the other guy.
I mean, I don't know how much you got paid for that, but I make $20 $20K plus a month at my school.
So basically, they're making it a headache
you wanna-
to fucking fight in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And then now with all this, dude,
he had
it's
a fight
even
at the
worse.
Sands. He had a
don't-
huge fight at
yeah,
the Sands,
I
made
went.
thousands of bucks. Like,
The only reason I got that, well, I mean, obviously the company wanted to see me fight because they figured like, oh, all right, this guy's local. Obviously, his school's close. He's going to bring a ton of people. Number one, number two, they're like, all right, let's see. This guy will at least be exciting. It'll be an exciting fight. Might get his ass kicked. He hasn't fought in a long time. But the Feldmans, who actually own bare knuckle. The big bare knuckle guys, like the guy who looks like Joe Rogan said, this guy looks like he's doing a lot of coke and he's out there like, well, if they're not fighting, we're
Rogan's
taking the
hating.
money away.
Joe Rogan's hating.
Hey, the Feldmans, I got nothing bad to say about them. They've always been cool to me. A lot of shit about them, I guess, but I
Talking
mean,
about bare knuckle.
Joe
Dave
Rogan's
and Dave,
been,
yeah.
Joe Rogan's been sitting on Dana's lap too long.
yeah, Dave and Dave Jr., the Feldmans. They co-managed Thad with me for a while, and then they managed me for 2 fights, and they got me paid a lot of money. I don't know how the fuck they did it. Not a lot, but I mean, way more than what people usually
Yeah,
get paid.
not
I mean,
500, not 500 and 500. I tell you that.
No.
Fuck
And
that.
Scott Heckman was getting paid, not to blow Scott up, but I mean, he deserves it. The
Yeah,
guy's
he's
got
getting
40
paid a lot.
fights, but he was getting paid a lot of money. Sponsors, yes, but then, the Feldmans were great
Dude, I'm not working
promoters.
that hard. You know how hard I have to work to fight MMA? I'm not doing that for no money.
And the other
way.
guy I fought got accused of robbing
I mean,
a
you got
bank
guys like Sugar Sean O'Malley that just get in out of nowhere.
with like no fights.
Yeah, no fights, and then you fucking blow him up, and then he fights a real fighter like Cheeto
Yeah.
and can't hang.
He could have just fought a guy that was good at jiu-jitsu where he took his ass
And
down
as an
and beat the fuck
amateur
out of
and
him.
never
Yeah.
went pro in the first place. Like that's what happened to me. Like
Well,
if you're like, you know what I mean, they want to take care of you, then you want to dye your hair of different colors and fucking jump around like a fucking, half a fag, and that's your business,
He got roasted pretty well.
Well, that's-
It was
Well, he
nice.
should
Yeah.
because I mean, dude, whatever.
That's the way it's always been.
I've been doing this for
how
how many years? You just see guys just fucking jump. What is that?
Jump the shark or
Jump
whatever?
the shark
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time. I'm getting the fucking like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, O'Malley.
Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. If he would have fought, if that guy, he wouldn't even have made UFC had he came up on the East Coast.
Right.
Because he would have got all his beginning fights. He'd be like 0-7 because he'd fight
Grapplers.
some random grappler up here that would just slam him into the cage, take him down a million times, take his back, choke
Like
him
all
out.
that, everyone that he's fought so far, because he tried to punk Cheeto out, and Cheeto was having none of it. He was like talking about Cheeto's wife and
Yeah,
like
I
putting
saw
shit,
that. That was
dude,
pretty funny.
way
Whoa.
across the line. Because everyone
Yeah.
else, he's fucking tall and skinny.
Yeah.
And everyone else punks out, and then he throws those spin kicks and shit, and he gets everyone scared, and then he just drills you with the right hand.
Yeah, yeah.
People are fucking. I mean, Eddie Wineland, give me a fucking break. That guy's been fighting forever. He comes out with that stupid fucking mustache. Give me a break.
And Eddie
Give me a
Wineland's
break.
he's got like 100 miles.
Yeah, dude,
on
but
him, yeah.
still, it's what a joke. What a joke. I'm glad. I mean, at least they gave him Cheeto now, but I knew Cheeto was gonna win. He was a 2-1 underdog in that fight.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen it go longer, but it was.
And Stipe won. I'm glad.
What
Stipe
weight
won
is
too.
that? You know what? If if I was Mickey Gall, I'd be trying to get that fight big time.
Who?
You know what I mean? Sean O'Malley. They're not in the same
They're
weight
in
class,
way
right?
different weight classes. Yeah.
What weight class?
Mickey Gall is like 170.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, he's fighting Mike Perry.
Yeah,
that was his
'cause-
last fight.
Oh, that's right. Because I was like, damn, Mickey would just take his ass
Yeah,
down.
no
and choke him
shit.
the
He's
fuck
twice
out.
his size. Yeah.
Yeah, but even in general.
I mean, O'Malley, dude, like you would just grab that guy. You just grab that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he says he trains with Tanquino. He can't be a total fucking scrub, but he gets choked the fuck out. They train the wrong shit.
Does he train
I
with
have a picture on
Tanquino?
probably once a week or
Yeah,
something.
probably takes class,
But they
doesn't
go like
roll.
they go. I mean, he's doing gi. You know what I mean? Some guys they like do UFC and they try to like rep the gi. Like, yeah, I'm rolling in the gi, and gi guys fucking lose their shit and come all over themselves. You know, and fucking gi. You know what I mean? And then
Bust.
then like, dude, Sean got hurt, right? So Sean got leg kicked, and then he like had to pull guard in the fight. You know, like I'm an expert in fighting off your back with strikes. Hate to break it to everybody, but I am. You know what I mean?
Breaking news.
I have a feeling I'm better at it than most people. But the guy, he went on his back and he starts playing like this. They call it spider guard, which is like a real fancy gi guard. It's sexy, you know what I mean? But Cheeto just fucking ended his life with 2 shots. He fucking knocked him out cold. It's like, yo, you guys are.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a tough situation.
It's just it's frustrating.
That must have been like the UFC is.
But I'm glad to see it.
Probably like fuck.
I'm glad to see it.
They were pushing him really fucking hard.
They do it with a bunch of people though. They do it, and then.
And what's crazy is he still wasn't getting paid.
You know what though, man?
And he was like,
Yeah,
no, I'm okay with the 30. I'm like, you're crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
Sean made like 50,000 for that.
Yeah, dude, listen.
Which is good money, but not that really that good.
In 2001 or 2002, when I first started fighting, it was the same shit. You'd be able to. There were guys, bro, that got pushed by the promoters that were bums, that were the title holders in some of the fights, but never fought anyone ever any good. And I'm out here fighting the best, like, and Tiger Schulman, like, I love the guy, but he would set up a lot of the guys from New York and New Jersey because those are the guys, he's from New York and New Jersey. The Pennsylvania guys always got the shtick. You know, you'd always be like fighting in some barn or some
I'm
shit.
still getting the fucking shtick.
But then when we came out there, when I came out there, I'd have to fight. Like, I wouldn't get to fight some guy with zero grappling experience and I can out grapple him, or some grappler with no striking experience. I did the first guy, but he had like 4 fights already, and then the second guy was coached by John Danaher.
What
back
I mean
in
by
the day.
everyone's stepson. I'm everybody's stepson.
I had to fight Danaher's.
Here, Jim. Here's Chad
Danaher's
George.
guys, yeah.
You're a brown
It's
belt.
tough.
Here's Chad George.
It's a tough situation because we always get. It's like we want it that way, but also we want it that way, and that's why we got what we got, and that's why we are the way we are. But we always get the hardest situation. Like, even like, think about this: as good as Thor is, right, and everybody knows how good he is, and he'll be in ADCC again because the top 4 guys get in. But originally, he was winning other tournaments that were, you know, not local, but like bigger, smaller tournaments. And
what the fuck does that mean? Bigger, smaller tournament?
Like radius and stuff. Like, people in the community know what it is, but it's not like it's the biggest jiu-jitsu tournament ever, right? But then we're trying to get him in EBI or whatever, and we still couldn't get him in. They had to win a qualifier, right? And then he got in as an alternate match, and then guys
Thor's
kept
the best 10th
pussing
planet
out.
guy. Thor's the best.
He
10th
kept
planet
pussying out. Guys kept pussying out of the thing, and then eventually Thor got into the main bracket and then won the whole thing with 4 submissions. And they were like, "Wow, we can't believe he's that good." I'm like, "Motherfucker, we've been telling you guys." You know what I mean? Nobody wants to give us that. You know, I mean, Grace gets it, but she took it by force. Same thing. She just had to be undefeated for like 100 years. You know, so.
And the PA commissioner ain't gonna give me a fight I want.
No.
So,
no.
Why am I? You know what I mean? I'll just run my school and it's all good. I'll just get this good for no reason.
Yeah. But we have a lot of guys right now, like Ryan, Artis. There's Brian, I think Jordan. There's a couple of guys that I think would do really well in amateur MMA now. And I'm watching kind of the scene and I've been paying attention to the scene for a while in other locations, like where things are actually legal to have fights. And because like I said, we're up here fighting the best guys from the best schools, because when they see our names on the card, they're like, we can't give these guys bums. They don't want to give us a freebie ever. So they go, okay, here's the best guy from Kurt Pellegrino school. Here's the best guy from fucking, like, we show up to Lancaster to fight somebody. In the corner
MMA.
was Makovsky and
MMA.
Martinez.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That's MMA.
We're fighting Ray Longo's guys. We're fighting Matt Serra's guys. Like, we're like, we're not even an MMA school, really. Like, we're finishers MMA because we do, we're
definitely an MMA school.
Yeah, but not how some of these places are running. Now we have more than ever. But before, even when those guys were fighting, we weren't running like, some of the schools are only open just to do MMA. Yeah. Like most of them. And then everybody else is a fucking amateur and they got like 10 dudes who fight. That's it. You know what I mean? We were never like that. We're all encompassing everything. And these guys are like just, you know, we always got to fight the best guys. That's the bottom line. So I think, you know, and I want to get our guys some experience, not always having to fight the best guy. I think we can go down to Florida, scrape a couple dudes, come back here with some good experience. And then when things open back up, we can start fighting dudes in New York and New Jersey.
Yeah, but literally nowhere else ever has to fucking do that.
Yeah.
How do you get that guy out of there? How do you
I don't know, but he's a fucking cocksucker, dude. Like, we need to. I want to run MMA fights in Pennsylvania. They have shows in Philly, CFFCs in Philly, at 2300 Arena.
Yeah,
we should be fighting there.
Yeah.
Why do we got to go to fucking Florida? I don't want to go to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's cool because it looks cool. Like we're going to Florida. Like, we should be able to fight at home. We should be able to be home team once in a while. We're always away team.
The one whatever fight situation is in Philly. Like, they have their own. Like, they have their like Philly squads from the local area, like the local Philly
I mean, they
teams.
dick ride certain guys. What do you need to do to run your own promotion in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I know. We thought about that, man. That was one thing we definitely thought about.
It just costs money or what?
It costs money, but it's we might have to try to do it under someone, like under the guise of like someone
Why the
else.
fuck do we have to do that, dude?
Because
It's so fucking stupid.
because they won't let us do anything. Because the guy doesn't like me now for sure because we
keep calling him a cocksucker on the internet.
yeah, that.
But he is a fucking, you know what I mean? Like, why aren't we allowed to have fights? The Sands should have, I mean, they have boxing
how did
fights.
it go from
Well, the
having
Sands-
those boxing and MMA fights all the time when it was awesome that was going on? It was cool that it was in the area, and then it just stopped.
Yeah, it's because Mike Liberto called a guy an N-word, called a guy a nigger in the middle of a fight, and then fucking the dude threw a beer in there, and then that was it for MMA. And
I was commentating
guys are
those
fucking
fights
stupid.
too. My grandmother was there and stuff. He got poked in the eye, yelled like a racial slur, and then it started like a riot. And then I think the Sands was just like, we don't need this. You know, the Sands was really cool. Thad fought at the Sands like 8 times.
Everybody
I fought at
did.
the Sands, yeah.
Everybody did.
And that was
Scott had some
before it
great
was
fights.
the climate that it is now. So, I mean, if the Sands were like, we're not putting up with this shit then, how
Right.
hard would it be to even come back from that?
That's the problem. Now with coronavirus, the guy where we had the last finishers tournament told me the commissioner told him he can't even have pro wrestling events right now. Or they're going to come in.
That's what I'm saying. He just doesn't want to work. I feel
Yeah.
like
They're gonna come
that
in
guy's
and
scared,
measure-
so he's trying to shut everything down. He's a fanook, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then because now I'll probably never get a license because the combat jiu-jitsu situation. Me and Nick Massington got it. He said yes, it's cool if you want to do. He approved this. Have 6 sub-only matches and have 6 combat jiu-jitsu matches, and let's see how it goes. We'll get like one of the local, the refs to come down, whatever, the whole 9. It was ready to go, and then we wrote an article about it for My MMA News because we're trying to pump it up. Because he said, yeah, sure, and I already had the logos made and everything. I'm like, all right, let's rock. And then like a week after that article came out, someone must have sent it to him or whatever, and he messaged Nick and was like, I never approved that. He said, I was thinking I was going to let you guys do it, but now I'm not going to. And he's like very upset at you guys. So I'm like,
That's
oh,
awful.
damn.
It's
Dude,
just
I'm
like
just-
people
whatever,
who hold,
dude.
like
Whatever.
even people on the board at like Nazareth and stuff around here.
Yeah.
And I know when Jesse was trying to be a constable in town, or he is the constable,
Well,
the
look
guy
at
who was
this-
running just wanted the position. He didn't like Jesse wants to do the job. That guy just
Right.
wanted to tell people he was a constable.
Yeah.
And he never did anything.
Yeah.
And then Jesse's like, well, you don't do anything. So and then like he had to run and get votes and
Dude,
do all
it's the
this
same
stuff.
reason. It's we gotta wait till
Yeah.
all these fucking old motherfucking cocksuckers die. I'm rooting for Corona because then we can do shit. Like,
Yeah, but
seriously.
it's not
If I
killing
was,
anyone.
if I was, I know.
we got all these fucking government fucking people. You can't. No. Like, dude, we don't have. Nazareth Speedway was cool back in the day, but they fucking got rid of that.
Why did they
Because
get
they're
rid of
scared
it?
little
Buy it.
bitches. That's why.
I wanted to buy
Sucks,
that.
dude. I want to fucking.
Snuck on the
Yeah,
property.
if I was allowed to do whatever I want, I'd have combat jiu-jitsu going out here. I'd already have my own MMA show.
No, everyone can do
You know what I
heroin
mean?
and get fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we won't. Well, that's cool. But
You know
don't.
how many
God
jobs
forbid
I'd
you
get
try to build
yeah.
something.
I'd be giving people jobs. The commission
Absolutely,
would be,
there'd
and
be
the
a
commission
production
would be
crew.
making money, dude. They
Yeah.
every month I'd be running a show. They'd be getting paid.
Yeah, it's what
the
JM
doctors
said.
would have
He
to
doesn't
come
wanna
out.
work.
No. We
doesn't
don't
wanna
want
work.
that.
Why doesn't he
wanna
just
work.
hire an assistant? Let them do it.
He just probably wants the title.
I mean, dude, when he
Title,
does,
as they call
like
it.
UFC don't come to Pennsylvania anymore because of her, Serb. Like,
Yeah, they wrote articles about it. Bloggers wrote articles about how UFC doesn't want to come back here because in Philly he was like yelling at people.
Dude.
He made the women like weigh in later than the men. Dude, it was insane, dude. But people were flipping out.
Like, how long do you hold that position? Do you have to
Forever.
be voted out,
Forever
or-
and
Yeah,
ever, dude.
forever.
Just
Just
got
one
in.
of those.
forever and ever,
And
dude.
it's
Yeah.
just not set up for like somebody to get him out of there.
How?
I mean, we have the oldest Congress ever right now too. It's the same thing going on everywhere. There's just these old motherfuckers.
Why do they get to
motherfuckers.
make the decisions for the people who are actually living? You don't do nothing but sit on your chair and eat
it's
ice
the same
cream.
thing with this town.
It's
the
life,
same
dude.
thing.
This is just fucking life.
You know,
People ask, "Oh, what's the problem with Nazareth? No business is staying there." Then you go to a board meeting, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
and
And then I see everybody getting busy. Like, dudes in fucking Texas are getting matches. There's guys in Long Island getting matches. There's fights you know what I mean? It's like, dude, this is bullshit.
Yeah, that's why I considered actually like having like a setup in Florida and then having like just thinking
know.
like go to Allegiant.
It just pisses me off we have to go there.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Florida. I'm
I
not
know.
from Florida.
Sucks. I want to run the show in Pennsylvania, you know? But like if I could find like a $79 deal where we just go to one spot and they already have the setup, and I just
Dude,
have
the
to fly
Sands
to
should
right
be
to there.
begging us to do that at the Sands, dude.
You know how many jobs we would create too? I'm saying everybody that works for the finishers tournament, the photographers,
and
the
we wouldn't let
videographers,
Mike
everybody would
Liberto
get paid.
there would be no people.
Yeah, there wouldn't be people like that
doing
because we
that.
kick them the fuck out
You'd
already.
be like, you're done.
I would
already know you.
set up more technical I would set up great technical matches, and I would bring in the coolest fighters. It wouldn't necessarily be about who's the best and
Yeah,
who's
a
the
finishers MMA tournament would be the shit. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be UFC
that'd be
champ,
so awesome.
but I could beat a lot of guys. I'm positive of it. Like I can tap mad guys.
Yeah, and imagine
that fight UFC.
Imagine if they
Rotating.
imagine if they let
I do
me-
tap
yeah.
guys. Like when I go train with UFC fighters, I tap them. Like it's not a fight, so it's different. I understand that. Like there's tactics in a fight, but when we straight up roll, I tap UFC
Yeah.
fighters all the time.
Look at the guy. Look at speaking of Danielle Kelly. Look at the match she had against. Look at her and Grace go at it, and then look at she goes against one of the top UFC prospects to fight for the title,
Smokes 'em.
and Danielle tapped her out in like 20
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah, like
13
fucking-
seconds.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, UFC people. They're like, oh man, you better watch out. She just tapped that UFC fighter in 13 seconds. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's nothing. That don't
so
mean
what?
shit to us.
UFC guys stink at grappling.
They're
most
garbage.
Of them.
Usually they're kickboxing each other. You know what I mean?
So I
How
mean, that's
cool
our
would that
opinion.
be to do finishers MMA and then like every other month be doing the jiu-jitsu tournament, then combat jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, it would-
You'd
that's
be
what it
having,
should
like,
be.
8-10 events a
We
year.
should be doing. Yeah, we should be
packing
doing
out the sands.
I'd have an event every month. You know,
it'd be so cool.
This is, and I know this is a lot of people are going to be like, "Here we go again, Zach." But this is what I've said from the time being. So MMA people, listen to this. If I could, I would have a ring and a cage, right? Which I think Massington does have a ring and a cage. But anyways, we would just fucking buy one, right? And then what I would do is once a month, I would have kickboxing matches. So just smoker matches, but in a ring with a crowd, you could sell tickets, and that's how you start your fight career. You do jiu-jitsu tournaments because we'd have the open every 3-4 months, right? We'd have where anyone could sign up and do sub-only matches, right? And then we'd have kickboxing events where you have 6, 8, 10 matches a night, not 30, and then you have those guys who are eventually the goal is to do MMA. You're starting to learn how to kickbox, and you make it so that way the guys are getting good matches. They learn how to actually fucking strike, not just go in there and throw bombs, right? And then you also have combat jiu-jitsu matches where the guys are rolling. They're not just doing sub-only. They're throwing strikes. You're learning how to grapple. You have to take the guy down. It means more to be on top. There's less leg locks. And, guys learn real quick, like how to, being smashing and like passing, and then you throw the EBIOTs in there. So you're getting good at jiu-jitsu at the same time. So now you're getting good at grappling, and you're getting good at grappling with strikes, and you're getting good at actually striking. And then now all of a sudden, after you do if you have, you do 2 years of kickboxing matches and, combat jiu-jitsu matches, even longer, because we're able to have them all the time because we had a place locked down. We have the mats and the cage and the whole nine. And then you make your amateur MMA debut and it says you're 0-0, but really you got fucking 40 fucking matches. And that's why some of the guys from Tiger Showmans and guys like JM and me were pretty solid because I already had mad fights before I fought. Like before I did a fight, I had fights. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna jump in and do one MMA fight. What, and get KO'd like a fucking idiot or look like shit because both of you guys look like shit? I had to stop commentating the local MMA fights because people were getting mad at me because of shit I was saying because I was just making stuff up and being like, oh well, because it was so bad. The
Dude,
level of guy was so bad.
You should see when I watch the CFFC fights. They have
Average.
they have CM Punk commentating. That guy's
Yeah.
a fucking retard.
Yeah.
That guy has no
Come
idea
on.
what he's talking about.
Just
but
bad
it's CM
decision.
Punk.
Yeah.
And then it's
think
just
that was
life
like
is
the-
upside down, dude. There's like people voting for Biden. It's the same shit. It's the same fucking
Riding
shit.
with Biden.
It's a
CM
bunch
Punk-
of fucking retards out there, dude.
CM Punk commentating CFFC is just like Biden
And
becoming
then it's like,
president.
well, if you think that way, why don't you do something? It's like, bitch, we're trying to do something, but no one's letting us.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm always
I
trying
don't
to
want
do
go to
something.
Florida. Dude, so I can fight in front of people I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to fight for people I don't know. I always have to go. I have to go to California. I have to go to Texas.
Man,
I have to
if
go
you
to.
guys got in
should be in
control of that,
Pennsylvania.
there'd be so much cool
It would
shit
be epic.
going on.
It would be the shit, and
Pe-
everyone would
people
be
would
coming
be
here,
coming
and
from
people would be making
Florida
money.
here. Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah.
crazy. People from Florida should be coming here.
Yeah.
This is where the good shit's at.
Yeah. You guys have put in too much work to travel and do all that
Dude,
shit.
well, I like travel. Don't get me
we
wrong.
don't
I
have
love
any
travel.
other option.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Florida, but
Dude.
what's my option? Wait around for what? Until this guy dies, or I don't really know.
Just run up in his house real
Find some
quick, like
dirt on him.
Scarface, dude.
What's up?
Find some dirt on him, push him out.
I think I already tried that, but
And
think I had the hackers look them up.
meanwhile, on Wednesday, he's listening to the show. This is why I don't like them.
I mean, they got guys, dude. They got guys now doing like fights in backyards and shit in like Louisiana. They're all doing shit. I don't know what's he gonna do.
Yeah, it would be so cool to have just the local.
You come
crowd.
up the mountains my way, see if I lose. You know
So
what I
if
mean?
you guys would want to put on a fight or do combat jiu-jitsu, you have to present it to him and say, hey, we want to do this tournament. And then he just says, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, if
we
you
should
want
do
to
it
do
anyway.
a fight,
We should do it anyway.
You have to just get a promoter's license. And
Right.
then just
That was what we should be trying to build it up in our own spot. There's plenty of people trying to do it in
So
Florida.
if you got a promoter license, then could you do it? How do you get a promoter license? Through him?
Probably.
through the commission.
Yeah, you gotta
apply and
grease.
shit.
You gotta have money. You know what I mean? It's probably gonna be like $5,000 just to get the license or something.
It's less, but I think Nick Maskton, he already has it. He already has a promoter's license, but now the guy's like mad at us because of the combat jiu-jitsu. And I think maybe we'll just present it. I mean, it's been like a year, so maybe we'll just present it to him again and say, hey, listen, let us run an MMA show and let us also have a couple combat jiu-jitsu matches, even though that's not the way I want to do it.
Yeah, that's stupid too, because combat jiu-jitsu in a cage looks like shit.
Exactly. So fuck, man. See, everything I want to do, it's like they purposely...
No, it's
like,
for some reason government's all involved in it because it's not even. But it's like, dude, it should. Eventually, I'm gonna start doing what I want.
Well, look how long it took for UFC to even be in New York. It was the same bullshit.
Right.
Like
It's
the
all
Culinary
red
Union.
tape. Yeah, it's all red tape. And it's just you got some fucking old fart in there telling us what to do.
Well, even the jiu-jitsu tournaments, because of the coronavirus, they got everybody scared. So the venues, just no venue wants to rent us a spot, really. No venue wants to rent us like a, hey, use the spot and have as many people as whatever.
Yeah. I say promoter's license, warehouse, put on your own shit, build a production crew
But
around it.
the problem, dude, I'm literally trying that. I've been, you guys know I've been trying that. That's why I'm trying to like work other options so that way our guys don't have to wait 5 years to actually fight a fucking MMA
we gotta
fight.
fly to Florida. We gotta do hotels and shit. You're not even gonna make money fighting.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend all your money before you even fight. It's fucking retarded.
And then the people who could have been, put on...
Pennsylvania, you come to Pennsylvania, you fight us in our house. Like we go to, dude. I've been cornering every MMA fighter we've had since we've been doing MMA. Heckman, we did ring combat. We're always the away team. We never get to be the home team because we're always fighting in someone else's town.
Yeah,
I
like
always
New Jersey
enjoyed
is like
I've never
4 hours away.
Like
dude.
even when I do fight in my hometown, it's some fucking barn in Hamburg. Like that's my hometown fight. It's like, dude, there's people that have no idea like about anything I've done in the last 10 years because it's like no one ever gave a fuck to even make it nice. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm trying to do is make it nice.
Or fucking cool to do. Like
nice.
Yeah, like it's the same fight. Like whether it happens in a barn or it happens in fucking some nice promotion, but no one ever gives a shit around here. I mean, and now you got the Sands and people ruin it. People fucking ruin it. Sucks.
Maybe it'll be different with Wind Creek being in control.
By the time my kid's ready to fight, hopefully this is all good. If he does decide to fight, which he probably will. I don't give a shit if he does, but I'd imagine he'd want to fight once.
Yeah, it's just
my kid.
it's just crazy though that the government is involved. It's like, and like the weird thing is like combat jiu-jitsu in Florida is not even regulated. You could just do it.
Yeah.
No one's even checking.
Dude, Pennsylvania's full of old farts. It's a bunch of, I mean, Allentown with that guy that got, you got to bribe everybody around here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, also too, what happened is, if we do run an MMA fight, the commission is super involved in it. That's the problem. So like the night before when the weigh-ins are, the commission's got to come down. It's got to be like
that guy's got to die. They got to hire me to be athletic commissioner and let me do it.
I've seen some horror stories in the weigh-ins, and then the next day
he treats people like shit. He comes in, he's like, everybody shut the fuck up. And I mean, dude, the guy is on a fucking crazy power trip.
Yeah, he'll be late when he knows that people have to weigh in and they're cutting weight and feel like shit. And then you're just
guy
like,
gets zero
please,
pussy
dude.
ever. Zero. Yeah. If he would just get laid every once in a while, he'd probably relax. But man, like he's just totally blackballing us, probably because we talk so much shit.
No,
but
he's black. But it's not just us.
He's blackballing everybody.
It seems like he was an asshole.
Blackballing everybody.
There's a reason you're talking shit on him.
Oh yeah, the Feldmans, dude.
I just want to live my life.
Why do you think the Feldmans are running bare knuckle in freaking Louisiana and not where they're from?
Yeah, he can't make money, dude. Can't make money where we're from.
The Feldmans owned a whole bunch of stuff around here. Like he was trying to do the same thing. They had XFC or whatever. They had the fights where, they had the big cameras up. They had like a pretty solid thing going. They owned like food truck stuff, and they would run some of the food truck shit at casino, and it was all going good. But yeah, the guy just kept cock blocking them, and every time they tried to do something, or they'd have to pay, they would be in the, maybe losing money on a show or like lost a couple of fights because commissions like would screw him. He'd have 16 fights and the commission would like cut 4 of them because like one guy was like 3 pounds over and the guy still wanted to fight, and it'd be like a whole thing.
No,
And
the
they'd
guy
be like,
actively
"No,"
tries
yeah.
to fuck it up.
Yeah. Or he'd look into it and see like 2 days before the fight, the guy had like 3 more fights than the guy. He'd like come up with his own rules. If you have 3 more fights than the guy and he's within his first 3 fights, then you're not fighting. Like I seen him cut a fight off.
Or if you try anything different
Yeah.
or have any kind of idea.
Or if you wear a hat in the corner,
Yeah, totally.
he'll like flip my hat off in the corner one time when I had it on backwards. Like, no fucking hat. Like he's yelling at me while Thad's fighting, no hats. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna turn around, KO this guy and go to jail. But I don't want to ruin Thad's fight at the same time.
Yeah, he's fucking
What a
trash,
fucking
dude.
asshole.
That was our little bitch 20 minutes of the podcast, but that sucks because think about
good
I
fella.
feel bad
Well,
for
he'd be doing everything.
I feel bad for our guys.
It also answers people's questions when they're like, "Whoa, what?" Like
Well, you just do your own.
I always forget. Like, I always forget that just stopped. Like there was fights at the Sands, and it was fun. 45.
They still have boxing matches down there. We tried to sponsor the last boxing match, but it got shut down right when coronavirus bullshit started.
That's all their whole world too. They don't want nothing to do with us either.
Yeah.
That's the boxing like is real salty towards jujitsu because we can choke them out.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, we might have to do some illegal stuff eventually, but for the time being, we're just going to try to. I want to get.
Yeah, I mean, we got to do what we got to do. I mean,
I want to get some of our guys working, man. It sucks. You're right, though. I see on Instagram and I see all these other guys getting work, and I'm like, damn, our guys. Our guys have been training.
Way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
Our guys can't even show how
Now
good
I know.
they are.
Now I know. I think like I was crazy before, but I know for sure that we're better than a lot of people.
Yeah. We just haven't had a chance to show it.
How about Pennsylvania's wrestling is like the best in fucking
Ever.
the country? How about that? That's a fucking statistic or no?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, too, you know what's crazy, man? Speaking of like areas and shit, like I just feel like it's an
But
end
the
of
MMA scene, the wrestling is some of the best ever. The boxing is really like, dude, all that shit's high level.
Yeah, Larry Holmes comes from out here, but the MMA scene.
MMA is trash. Like, it's just because it's all old, crusty farts.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Imagine if they put me in charge of that shit, dude. I would fucking.
Yeah.
It would be
It would
crazy.
be cool, but it wouldn't be like some crazy. We wouldn't be like. It wouldn't be like
Blood
Satan
and-
took over.
yeah.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It would just be like. It would be like the finishers tournament, which everyone likes.
Yeah.
And is
The finishers
super.
tournament's huge.
I would just bring fit.
It's one of the best. It's the best tournament
Yeah.
outside of EBI.
Yeah.
Any submission only tournament, it's the standard.
I will bring fairness to the game. Fairness to the game, and also I will bring.
That's your political campaign.
Yeah, not only fairness, but also I will raise the level in Pennsylvania of martial arts fighters, and in that I'm giving people a lot of jobs. And guys who would normally not make it or have to move to California or go to some bullshit area to train, you wouldn't have to anymore because the fights are right here and there'll be so many of them. And if you think I didn't just do it in this area, we wouldn't have another one in fucking Jersey in 5 years from then or 3 years from then. Why not? You know what I mean? And then just put on cool fights. I always thought about having the Finishers Fight League where we would be able to have like, it's like a league. Like you have your champions and stuff, and then guys fight in the MMA fights, they fight in the, and I would never, like the way no disrespect to any of the local MMA fights, but they have bums making the fights. So like the guys have no
yeah, the
idea what
guys
they're
don't know
doing, and
what
they're
they're doing.
matchmaking the fights, and they're making it horrible. They'd have one of our guys that was like, he hadn't fought in 6 months, and they're asking me for him to fight a guy who's 12-0 with like 30 boxing fights. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Are you what? Like, come on, bro. Like, why would you even want to set that fight up? Makes no sense.
Should have took him down and choked him out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I would, but that is my political statement. You know, they need to get me. How can I mean, I don't even know how you would remove a guy like that, or just, it'd be impossible.
He's got to die, dude.
Yeah,
he's
it'd
got
be
to die.
impossible. So, yeah, so that's our rant. So
I feel
there's that.
great. I feel great about the week already.
I didn't watch the fight. I didn't watch the fights, but
I just lift and run and train for like zero reason. I get no work. I get zero work.
Fight to Win was about to come out here 3 times in a row, but Philadelphia, you know,
I'm just watching everyone
just
like
shut it all
shit
down.
everywhere. Like it's just like, all right. Like,
shut that
are we
down
done
too.
with this rink dink shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just,
It's got to be frustrating.
it just looks rink dink everywhere. It just, everything looks like amateur hour to me. Even like the UFC is like good.
I didn't watch.
But I mean, you got O'Malley playing Spider Guard. You know what I mean? It's just everywhere I see. I know too much.
Man, we got so many, dude. Pennsylvania and Philly, man, it got so many good dudes too. We would have the combat jiu-jitsu matches would be insane.
Oh yeah, there's guys that
would be insane.
That fight MMA fight that in Pennsylvania are really good.
Yeah. Plus, I know so many guys now with the finishers tournament stuff, like the type of guys that we'd be able to bring in,
and the quality level that finishers tournament is. Where if you started doing that, it would make it legit right away. Where you would have, oh shit, they're doing something now. Then you would have people coming out the woodwork.
How
legit people coming
you
out the woodwork.
You ever try to watch one of the local fights like on the internet? It's fucking garbage. They're like filming it with like an iPhone.
I've texted you multiple times when I first started coming to the finishers. Where like I would see another thing on and would be like, oh, I'll watch that jiu-jitsu thing, or oh, I'll see this, or even bare knuckle boxing's promotion is awful looking.
Yeah, I know.
And I'll text you and be like, dude, the finisher stuff looks better.
I don't know.
Like it's.
I just wish they would let. I don't even care what anyone else is doing. I just wish they would let us do what we want. But
I'm just saying, it's already on a pro level, and the idea works, and there's been zero problems. So it's like, why not level that up?
Yeah, and we're not doing nothing. I mean, we have all the things, and like it's not like I'm some amateur guy. Like I have a black belt. I have a second-degree black belt in karate under Tiger Schulman. I got a black belt in jiu-jitsu under Eddie Bravo, and I've been training martial arts since I'm 12 years old. I'm now 37. You know, that guy has zero experience with anything. I've competed my whole life in every kind of tournament. I've done sub-only jiu-jitsu. I've done points. I did ADCC trials. I've done EBI format style. I've done, big, 16-man tournaments. I've done super fight matchups. I've done MMA fights when I was a kid. When I got older, I've done kickboxing fights. I fought in the Golden Gloves. Like, what the fuck? What do they want? What do they want in a guy who would be able to be a commissioner of a place? Instead, they keep some guy in who's like 90 years old. I feel like I would take care of people. I don't want to see anyone get hurt. It's bad for the promotion. I would just make people look good. That's what the whole promotion's supposed to do, not look bad. I mean, people lose in fights, but I just think it's ridiculous, man, and I really feel bad. And he's right. It is kind of what's going on in this country, man. You got all these people in there with all these ideas that are just old, and you have to vote for the lesser of two evils, like it's just crazy. It is really just crazy. It just sucks, but, I'm not going to stop. It's not disheartening me at all. I'm going to keep making moves and just keep trying to push the bill and ask for shit, So I'm looking into everything, but I can't even find it. Tough. Even right now, the market, like Ross just sent us a thing where like so many businesses are going out of business, like small businesses and shit. We're trying to start up businesses. We're trying to start up more businesses.
I got one more thing to say about CFFC too.
Fire away, dude.
Because I was watching the last two shows and they got like pros on there.
You watched the fights actually?
Yeah, I watched them. So I'm watching. I'm like, I could beat a lot of these guys. You know what I mean? Some like a couple of like the title holders in CFFC, they're ready for the UFC.
Yeah,
they'd be tough fights for me. But I feel like I would be in the upper tier of that promotion. You know what I mean? But then you have like CM Punk on the mic with these guys, right? It's the guy that owns it is like this white dude. He's got money. You know what I mean? He sees the potential in the MMA business, and then he has CM Punk on the mic. And it's like these kids are fighting for CFFC, and then CM Punk has this like air of like how he knows more and like
he's been in the UFC,
but he's garbage. He doesn't know how to fight, and then he's almost talking down about the fighters in the show. But that's not really like, dude. Like when I did Combat Jiu-Jitsu Worlds, that's a professional promotion. I'm doing your show. You should be bigging me up to the audience. You know what I mean? I don't care what it is. Find something nice to say about me. Because if I fought and I heard you say something about me retarded, I'd slap the shit out of you when I saw you. I'd be like, yo, you can't fight as good as me. You know what I mean? Like, go back and listen. I love Big J too, but Big J don't got nothing nice to say about me when he's on the mic. You know what I mean? He'll suck Zach Green's dick the whole time, and then I'll be out there fighting, and we got nothing nice to say about JM because I already got mine already. I guess I don't know. I'm too famous for him. But then, like, when you hear me on the mic on a promotion, I'm always talking about, this guy's good at, I'm complimenting you. So, like, when you have a student or something that watches the show, they're not like, what's this fucking guy's deal? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just all backwards. Everything's all backwards. The shows are cool, but, like, CFFC will actually shit on itself. It will shit on itself about not being the UFC. It's like, that's not the right way to do it, you dumb motherfucker. Like, you should be bigging your... Like, they're like, we're the promotion that feeds the UFC. You know what I mean? I get it. But like CM Punk will be like, blah, 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 blah. He'll just say dumb shit that'll like kind of bring down the level of the show. It's like you should be elevating the show like it's not the UFC, but that's an advantage that it's not the UFC. You understand what I'm saying? Like it should be like I don't know why everything has to be the same. You know what I mean?
Because every show, and that's one of the differences between the finisher sub only and most of all the other shows. I'm not trying to be EBI. And when people criticize me for not doing exactly whatever or whatever, I'm not trying to have the tournament be anything. We're just the finisher sub only, and it's cool on itself. That's it. You don't have to go out there and be like, well, we're not this and we're that and we're this. Forget. I mean, CFFC, the way they used to run
it's
those,
a sick show.
Someone took it over.
It's a sick show. But
Some
like,
guy took it over, didn't they?
Yeah, it's awesome, but it's just like I don't know. I just don't understand why you would like. I get how you would talk. Like if the guy doesn't look good or like whatever, you say something. But like they have guys that like he's like shitting on Rubber Guard and stuff like in the fight.
Well, that's what I mean. Think about it.
This guy's super ignorant.
I'm commentating the local fights, and I quit that job that I was getting paid for because I didn't want to. Because I couldn't. There was nothing that I could say about some of the guys. I was like, man, they're just doing all, and I was being nice. I was like, I'd really like to see him try to escape mount here or escape the back as opposed to trying to punch backwards to the body. Really doesn't make much sense in a situation. And then guys would come to me and say, hey, man, you didn't fucking, some guys were really cool. And they're like, oh, I'd love to learn under you or something like that. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. But then there were a couple guys that were pissed, or like if I'd mentioned that a guy was, I didn't never say a guy was out of shape. I would never be like that. Atia looks out of shape. I would never say a guy looks out of shape, and that's the kind of shit that they would say. I would just say like, Atia looks like he's, really feeling those first 2 rounds right now, something like that. So the guy doesn't want to shoot me in my sleep. You know what I mean? But still, though. I mean, I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah. No, there's a difference.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
Yeah, because I hear the way those guys are, though.
Your job is to, like, dude, who is CM Punk to fucking talk about anybody in MMA? He's zero credibility.
Yeah, you should say he's happy he's good.
He's watching Bill Algeo. Like, Bill Algeo's got, like, 30 fights.
He's a beast,
And you got CM Punk commentating on his, and then, dude, and then they put, how they do the interview afterwards, like, the 2 separate screens? They got CM Punk interviewing Bill Algeo. And like CM Punk, like I would roast CM Punk, like that would be my whole thing. Like I would just be like, I can't wait to roast CM Punk
Nate
after this
Diaz's
fight.
ass.
Yeah, I would just be like, you're such a fucking pussy, dude.
Be like, so what do you think about that fight you just won? I'd be like, I think you should shut the fuck up, you bitch.
Don't ever say anything out your mouth about me.
Yeah.
If
you just called him out straight up.
Yeah, like shut up, CM Punk. Unbelievable, Mr. Punk. You're a punk. It's in your name. But that's why I'm not fighting for everybody's promotion, because I just shit on it all the time, I guess. I don't know.
Well, the world is backwards. CM Punk's actually commentating fights, and that's usually what happens. The wrong guy gets the job. Sometimes that happens, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's not always, doesn't always work out, but that's why I'm not going to, it's not deterring me, dude. I'm just going to keep doing it, keep doing what we're doing. I'm looking for venues and shit, and, we'll make moves if we fucking have to. I'll take those fucking matches to the moon if I have to. Let's talk about
ADCC trials is coming up. I'm excited for that.
That's probably going to go out in Texas. Yeah. Oh, speaking of areas, I was going to say, like, how about the LA jiu-jitsu scene? That shit is dead. It's going to be, I mean, no, there's going to be guys, and don't take that like the guys that aren't going to be good that are training out there, but a lot of the people are moving out of there, number one. And then number 2 is
New York City's done too.
They're not going to be able to have matches or anything going on over there forever.
New York City's done too.
Yeah. I mean, think about that. Like, they're not even...
It's just a straight apocalypse what we're going through right now. It's like a straight
LA,
up.
like, people are like, oh, man. And they're like, LA has one of the major votes when you vote for president, but LA is a fucking cesspool. Joey Diaz, Joe Rogan talking about how they're just driving down the street and just, La Cienega, like, open for business. Businesses going out of business. People are living in tents outside $1 million fucking homes and, like,
That's so
expensive
crazy
areas.
That,
people are shitting in the streets.
Like the homeless people are allowed to just do that. Like it's not illegal for them to sleep in your yard.
Yeah, and
it's because they made that so.
People are just moving out of there.
Crazy.
Yeah, welcome to the United States.
Yeah,
because those areas that are those crazy run areas like that it'll turn everywhere like that.
Yeah, it's not my new normal.
You could just do whatever you feel like. You just out there. I mean,
there's so many people shitting in public that they have porta potties under bridges now.
Again, bringing this up, they're arresting people for fucking opening their business and trying to run it, but they're letting people shoot drugs and shit in the fucking street. You know, and that's what's going on in LA.
It's
Now I
upside
feel
down,
like
man,
it's
dude.
toast. We're not gonna. We used to, dude, back in the day. Like I remember the first couple times, like taking people out there, like it was a big deal. You're going, bro. We're going to fucking LA to train, dude. We're gonna hit the beach. We're gonna train twice a day. Half the people die halfway through, but we're training with Eddie Bravo. You're going to John. It was fucking cool. Now, I don't think it's that. I don't think that shit's ever gonna come back like that unless fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger takes over as the actual Terminator or some shit. Because people are moving out of there. Joey Diaz moving to Jersey. Rogan's out. Mad people are out of there, dude. They're just
Well, you know
I
why
think
they're all out
Callan's
too? Is
leaving.
because that comedy store scene,
It's
which
toast.
everyone was like, oh, the comedy. It's not jujitsu. It's the fucking comedian scene. They make it act like it was some holy grail, like the comedy store was some holy grail. It's just people sucking and fucking and just
Yeah.
getting in trouble. That's what it was.
Yeah, a lot of
It's
people.
a cool hangout for them.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
trying to fucking, I'm a paid regular at the comedy store. They're fucking, you know what I mean? Fuck them.
Yeah,
Fuck 'em.
but look at the
Why they're famous, I have zero idea. Like, Andrew Schultz is some big fucking opinion guy now. Like, he has a fucking, I don't know why he's the man, because Joe
Andrew
Rogan
Schultz.
says so.
Which guy is that?
He's some fucking fag with a mustache that goes on the internet and says shit. You know what I mean? Like,
He did stand
slap
up
the
for a
shit out of
while
Andrew
and then, came on Rogan a couple times and then started doing his own thing that got popular.
it's Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood shit.
And they're just not going to let any shit go down out there, man. They're not, like, the gyms are still closed.
I
in
mean,
most
it's
spots.
the same thing in Texas. They're gonna go to Texas and fuck it up. I guarantee.
Oh
it.
yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be the same
Something's
shit.
gonna go down
all
there.
that sexual allegation, blah blah blah. All that go. Now everyone's running out of town. They want nothing to do with it, and then they're all
Yeah.
gonna do the same shit wherever they move.
Unless
Yeah,
everybody
guaranteed.
stays Texas a little more spread out, so maybe they keep things a little more spread out with some of the people. You know,
No, I
know.
don't think so. I'm not a big fan of Joe at all.
And the money, dude. The money, because you don't have to pay the same type of taxes. But
Yeah.
what were you guys saying?
They're already coming after
instituting,
Joe for that shit.
They're instituting a thing if you leave.
I started realizing more and more it's coming down to how much money they're trying to take from Rogan.
Right.
Like he's brought it. He'll mention stuff in like 5 podcasts, and if you watch them all in a row, you see the point he's trying to get, which comes back to you saying he never says anything. It takes 5 podcasts to make a fucking point. He was saying that like say he got 300 million from fucking Spotify. Like they're wanting to take like 30% of that if he stays in California. If he goes to Texas, that he gets that money. Now they said if you do the math, that basically if they took his taxes on that Spotify money, he'd be making the same money he made with all of his other avenues, and it wouldn't really be extra money for him. And then now they're talking in California where people with extreme wealth like that, they're trying to like double and triple back their taxes and be like, hey, you owe us like, 25 fucking million dollars because you made this when we didn't tax you. So it seems like a lot of like the big heavy players in California are leaving.
Wow.
Well, yeah, because the California government's probably fucking bankrupt off their ass.
They are, dude.
They're in trouble.
Yeah, they're
They
big
can't
time
afford
trouble.
shit, so they're probably coming after the rich people. Like, yo, we got time to pony up, and they're like, fuck this, I'm out.
You're right. I mean, I've always wanted to travel to LA and see it and just go one time, and I have zero interest.
It's cool.
yeah.
It's cool. Like, I've been out there a bunch of times. It's LA, but I mean, dude, it's all fucking eyes wide shut parties and coke and the whole thing. You know what I mean? Fucking the minor age chicks and stuff and the whole bit. You know what I mean? That's what they're up to out there.
What about the comment on the Rick and Morty thing? You heard about that?
Yeah, Dan Harmon made a video about fucking a doll. Like a baby doll. He likes it's a stupid video he made 10 years ago.
But
I'm
what
not
was
happy
the
about it.
context of it? Was it really bad
It's just,
like that?
It was just it was just a shitty. I mean, he's one of the creators of Rick and Morty. The other one's dead.
Oh, really? The other guy died?
There's another guy that died. Yeah,
What was his deal?
just disease, I guess. I don't know.
Damn. That's crazy.
I know too much. Life is ruined for me, dude. I gotta get in the wilderness and like seriously, all the
Yeah.
shit, all the Eddie Bravo ruined my whole world. I was all glow sticks and ecstasy at the fucking concerts. You know what I mean? I was all partying and shit. And all of a sudden,
Just
I'm like, wait a
feeling
second.
yourself? Wait a minute.
Satan, bro. Fucking Satan everywhere I look. But I mean, dude, yeah, that comedy store totally fell apart. Like, oh, it's the comedy store.
Yeah, that shit got
Give
toasted.
me a break,
Yeah,
dude.
they're, like,
Anytime
not
they talk
opening
about
for, like, 3
like
years.
oh, they talk about like how the effects of podcasts do. Like, Joe will have that podcast conversation on the podcast, or he'll talk about comedy. I turn it right off. I don't even watch them anymore, dude. I just don't.
I watched the Tim Dillon one, but it was more.
It's just Joe Rogan fucking up Tim Dillon's stand-up, dude.
Yeah.
Tim Dillon can just do better by himself.
It's almost like he's doing too many. I don't know. There was definitely a switch in his podcast where now it's like before there was like he was engaged, where now it's just like even the Tim Dillon one, he was just like he was just kind of riding along.
He laughed at a whole bunch. He was cracking up at a whole bunch of Tim Dillon shit.
And he was letting him do his thing, but it's like he couldn't get on the same level as Tim Dillon, and I'm like, that's the show.
Tim Dillon's podcast is funny. He's not funny.
Joe just sold himself out though.
Like that.
That's why you don't take that money, because now, I mean, what is it worth? It's worth how much money you got to give me to not say what I want to say. But I go everywhere. Like, I'll hang out with UFC fighters and stuff, or I'll be training with some UFC fighters, and they'll be like, man, I love how you just post whatever you want all the time. It's like, yeah, because I can. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if the UFC said, I'll give you 10 grand to fight, like, but you can't talk about pedophilia on your Instagram, I'd be like, get fucked. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it to me. That's why you don't sell out. Yeah. I'll sell out. Maybe when I'm 45, I'll sell out too, and everyone can make fun of me. But...
Tim Dillon was like, dude, his podcast is hilarious, man.
He's talking about
he's
like,
great.
It's refreshing.
He's like, right now, he's like, it's a fight. It's a mix up between who do you want to throw you in jail? That's what that one is. Like,
what political ideology?
Do you want to be behind when you're getting tossed in the gulag? He's like, which one? He's like, when someone pulls you out of your car in unmarked car, and they conk you on the head and put a bag on your head and arrest you and throw you in a van, which one is it? Is it Trump or the other guy, or Kamala Harris?
Well, you can't.
Yeah, he kept. Then Rogan like corrected him on how to pronounce his name, and he just goes, "I call her K-Dog."
Yeah, whatever.
Well, because the one guy, didn't someone get in trouble, said it wrong, and they're like, he's racist, or something like that. So,
fucking.
Joey Diaz says everyone's name wrong.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah, interesting. Yeah,
Kamala Harris sucks.
That's
dude.
the only.
Jesus.
That's the only podcast I actually.
Hillary Clinton's gonna come out of nowhere last minute. Watch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Tim Dillon. I like Owen Benjamin.
Remember this one?
You ever hear Owen Benjamin?
Mm-hmm.
I like watching him.
Tim Dillon, I've been really getting into.
I like.
Yeah,
I watch Rogan for specific stuff, but a lot of the times I can't even make it through. The Rob Lowe one was pretty good, but it didn't keep my interest.
They're talking about coke and shit.
Like
that one. Rob Lowe sucks. He's got sexual assault charges from back in the day.
I wanted to hear what Joey Diaz was saying. I just wanted to hear them talk about what was going on out there.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Oh, I didn't listen to the birthday one with Red Band and Joey Diaz.
Yeah, that's the one. That one.
Joey Diaz won't even speak into the microphone. He'll just be like, and he'll be talking, and I'll be like, dude, speak into the microphone.
He'll be like over here.
Yeah.
Remember when he used to just sit and take bong hips and then burp and like shit on the.
Those were great. Yeah.
Yeah. A couple people had like crazy panic attacks at the place.
Everything runs its course.
Yeah. BT Dub, we're sponsored by. We got a new sponsor, too. We're obviously still sponsored by Rubber Guard Assassins, so check them out on Instagram. And they've been throwing heat lately, and I know he's going to be coming out with a bunch of stuff, so can't wait to get back to traveling. I want to go over to Germany and everywhere over in Europe and visit all those guys. But
shout out the vaccine first.
Yeah, I'm not getting that. I'll have Ross doctor me up some papers or something. Be like, yeah, you got it. I got the chip, too. Let me through, It's a medical condition. So yeah, there's Rubber Guard Assassins, and our newest sponsor, check them out on Instagram. It's Armbar Club, but it's spelled RMBR Club. Check that piece out. Just search Armbar Club. And he got a bunch of cool shirts up there. It's just a lot of arm bars, but he's selling some cool stuff. And shout out to Ted. He's a really dope designer right now. He's killing the game for us, putting a lot of cool shit out. So check out Armbar Club. The shirt's on there. I think we actually have a promo code, but I'll get back to you on that. I'll post it up. I'm going to have some flyers and shit coming that we can post on all this stuff. So if you want to hold off to buy a couple of t-shirts, but they got some cool ones. They got Michael Jordan armbarring LeBron. I like that one. I like the one of Trump armbarring Fauci. That's a good one too. So check out those. The Tiger King. He got them all. He's one of the best designers in the fucking game. All right. And who is the other sponsor? We got another one coming too eventually.
He's gonna contact me today. Sbrocchi.
That's how you say it? I never knew how to say it.
Yeah, I went to high school or grade school with him. We used to play baseball together. He stopped by to pick up a shirt. He wants to sponsor Sbrocchi Jewelry Design.
Nice. Yeah. So
he works out of
Philly, right? He's in Philly.
D'Antonio and Klein.
Nice. And
Tony, dude.
Yeah, shout out to them because they're actually everybody's got chains, and I will get a finisher chain one day, but he's got it's almost done, or it is done. He's going to take some cool pictures of it, and then I'll be able to post it. But we got the Finishers ring coming soon, where anyone will be able to order it. So I'll have that up eventually on Shop Finishers, but it's like literally a Finishers. I'll have to show you guys the Finishers app.
He sent
saw
me
it,
pictures.
right?
It was fucking dope.
Yeah, shit's sick. So
he
if
does
you,
cool stuff.
You punch someone with that, you get a couple of Finishers rings, dude.
Ugh.
You want to go out there and some Antifa fucking
Oh my god.
cuck gets in your face, dude. You're gonna light them up with Finishers rings, baby.
Some masked
You know what I
cuck.
mean? Yeah, some masked up Antifa guy. You want to get out there and get a couple rounds in because you can't fight in Pennsylvania because commissioner's a fucking douchebag.
I might.
You can go out there and just start fighting in the streets. But yeah, so
Have
I'm
your
pumped
mask
for that.
on.
I'm also go to shopfinishers.com. We have a bunch of cool shit up there. We dropped a new Miami rash guard. We got some
That
new
rash guard's
Miami
sick.
shorts coming out. We should have rash guards in about 2 weeks at the school. Anybody who's looking for those. So get your shit together, people. And like I said, if you're interested in signing up at the school, check us out now. Just put your info in, finishersmma.com. Andrew will get back to you. And like I said, we only got maybe 15 more open slots, and then that's it. You know, we'll always allow like visitors and shit to come in, do drop-ins and stuff. But and Allentown really only has about 15 more slots, and they're at 100 people already. So if you want to get in any of those schools, do so now. Because if not, it's going to be sold out, and there will be a wait list. And then we're just going to open up another school somewhere else. So, yeah, holla at your boy on Instagram. Thank you guys for listening. Mike, you got anything?
NeverAgainStudio.com.
Buy some fucking shirts. I'm wearing one of his shirts right now.
Yeah. I have
This one right here?
my fall line's coming. It's pretty organized. I'm going to be doing hats. I got a working class
Nice.
shirt I'm going to do with Luke Delmeyer.
Nice.
And then
love Luke.
Yeah, we're going to
Ty.
shoot a video and put like a whole thing together. Then I got some windbreakers.
Bent Iron Forge.
Yeah, sweatshirts, all that shit.
Nice.
I got a lot of stuff coming.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Fall is coming.
Hats, beanies.
The fall line, dude. Maybe you can help me
Flannels.
out. You want to help me out with my fall line?
Yeah.
I want to get some hoodies to sell at the school. I should probably, you know what? Let me write this shit down now, because if not, I'll never remember.
But that's it. Yeah, NeverAgainStudio.com. Clicking and Screaming. I've been doing a couple of their shows. They're still trying to figure out what they're going to do, but as of now, they're on the network. So that's Tyler Rothrock, Kate, and Tim. They're really funny.
Nice.
Other than that, just cranking out shows. My Machine from that A&S Foods is coming up tomorrow, so you might be bringing up some mozzarella.
Oh, shit.
But he's
Yeah, when
got
do we do a podcast with hot dogs and beers and shit?
Yeah.
When's that one going?
Whenever you guys want.
I want to get hot
Yeah,
dogs
yeah,
and
seriously.
drink beers.
All right.
We're always crabby drinking coffee on a Monday. You know what I mean? I want to fucking
One
hang
day
out.
That's fine,
Edibles.
yeah.
Let's get weird. What a
Yeah,
great
man.
idea.
Let's
Yeah.
watch a fight or some shit.
Yeah, we could do that too.
Yeah, we should
the
probably
fight
do.
right there.
Yeah, exactly. We should probably do that. What's coming up? I mean, I love Stipe and DC, but I really didn't want to feel like watching Tim Sylvia versus Andrei Arlovsky for the fucking 100th time.
It was a pretty
UFC,
good fight.
come at me with some better fights.
It was a pretty good fight.
I'm sure it was good, dude, and I'm just
Got his
hating. But
fucking cornea torn.
oh God, you can't even poke guys in the eye anymore,
No.
dude. Fuck UFC. When are they gonna allow eye pokes and nut shots? You know what I mean?
That's
the
really
real
the
shit.
best technique.
That's
for
the real shit.
Self-defense is just keep your fingers straight out.
Yeah.
And let the guy just run into your fingers.
As chopped as it gets. As chopped as it
Eye
I
pokes
know.
fucking suck, dude.
As chopped as
I
it
know.
gets, they're on top of their shit. This morning was their first post was just DC doing the same fucking thing, same
Yeah, yeah.
knuckle deep. It was
Yeah.
DC does it a lot.
Well, they got to change the glove.
Yeah.
That's why Pride had the rules it had, and it was in a ring, and it had better gloves, and it had better rules because it was Pride.
Yeah, we fucking
And that's
went
why
over this
people
a
still
million
like
times.
Pride.
yeah.
And honestly, I thought about that too for the combat
Bunch of-
jiu-jitsu matches that we eventually will run in my head or on the moon. We should have. It's going to be one 15-minute round and then a 5-minute round. Some shit like that. Instead of just
Think about
110.
it. But yeah, whatever.
Because it was 10 minutes and then 5 minutes and then because that'll help cut out the OTs if there's a long ass round. Because remember, people would fight for the rounds in UFC, but in Pride it was a lot tougher because the first round was fucking long.
Yeah, Pride was better.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and the UFC is never gonna be like, we'll change the gloves, and it worked for
Disney owns
Bellator.
UFC now.
Yeah.
Disney owns it now.
Disney owned UFC's. Little Mermaid's a pedophile, dude. Fuck Bill Gates. I'm out. Peace.